Alrighty, it is raining outside, so we still are going to be working with the light that we have. I'm going to be showing you guys how to install the beetle traps and the oil beetle traps. I did a video about a week and a half ago, where I installed these personally into my own hives, but I'm going to kind of give you guys a little bit of a close-up with them today and how to actually work them. So, here behind me I have our small hive kit that we offer here in the store. I'm going to use it in place of our demonstration hive for today. So I'm going to take off the telescoping lid. And inside I have a few frames set up already, so I can kind of do this and show you guys, how to work it. First up, I'm gonna I have enough space. I'm gonna install them between two frames right ahead of each other, and then explain actually how you would install them in the hive. Alrighty, let's see. Okay, the first one that we have here is just your standard basic hive beetle trap. It's pretty simple. It's going to be the cheapest one that we have. The hive beetles will enter through these holes here at the top, and because of the shape and everything on the side, it makes it really hard for them to get back up. So they have a really hard time with that. You can put oil into these through the tops, but it's kind of hard. With the holes so close together, the oil kind of sits there. You really have to really feed it through to do that with these ones. But to work it, you've got your frames here. This would be full of frames if this was an active hive, and essentially you just stick it in there right like that. I like putting them in the corners because that's kind of where the bees tend to chase them the most, I find anyway. So you pick them up, you buy them, and they set right down in between your frames like that. For the oil hive beetle traps, it's essentially exactly the same thing, except for these ones you do put oil in them. They've got a lid that you can open up there, put oil in it, really, really easy. It doesn't get stuck or anything. Close it back up. The beetles will go in through these slots here at the top. You see both of them there. And both sets of these are completely reusable. You can use them year after year until they kind of break apart or disintegrate on you. These, I don't recommend leaving these ones in over winter because they are thin plastic and they will get really brittle, especially if we have a really harsh, just bitter cold winter. These will get brittle and snap. Same thing with these, the little edge clasp pieces. Those will get brittle and break too, but they're a thicker plastic, and I find they actually last quite a bit longer than these ones. So you'll put your oil and everything in there, and pretty much essentially the same exact thing with these ones. They go right in between your frames like that, but with these clips here, you just make sure you kind of push on them, make sure they're snug over the edge of your frame, and most of the time you can kind of hear them click a little bit when you do it, and it's that easy. These sit a little lower than the frames. Put them in the corners. It works. They work exactly the same. And then I'll show you a bit of a view from below the frames. That's kind of what the bees see from below. So this one here, it does stick down below the frame a bit, but it doesn't bother the bees too much. It does block some of their comb building space that they won't really have access to because they won't have enough bee space between this bit here and the comb that they're building. But they work around that, and typically especially your edge frames are going to be filled out by the time you need these anyway. You shouldn't need these in a brand new hive, and then same thing here. This is what the bees see from underneath. That's what hangs down in between the frames. So you can kind of see, I'll put them side by side, so you can see how far one hangs down compared to the other, if that matters to you. If not, then both of them will work.